everyone. This is Dr. Nikita here, your radiology faculty on the platform of PrepLadder, and the INI CET May 2023 results are out. And here we have one of the toppers here, Dr. Manav Shah, who has secured an incredible rank of 14 in INI CET May 23. And let me also add his NEET PG 23 rank, which is 23. Right, Manav?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So, Harris, congratulations, Manav. And yeah, let me also tell the viewers at the outset itself, because Manav has managed to get these two-digit ranks in his first ever attempt itself, both in NEET PG and INI CT. And he has done his MBBS from the prestigious SET GSMC and KM Hospital, Mumbai. So we are going to share, his journey, his story, and I'm pretty sure that Manav has a lot of things for each one of us to learn. That how we can also, follow his footsteps and get some great ranks in the exam. So yeah, yes, Manav. First of all, heartiest congratulations from our entire team to you and to your family as well. I'm sure you've made them pretty proud.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
So, Manav, I'm sure that many of our viewers and I also see you as an alien to get such great ranks in the first attempt. So, we are very, very curious to know that, how did you manage to get these great ranks with the internship? So, what is your suggestion basically on the students on how to manage their studies with internship?
So, ma'am, one thing which is very important is the consistency. So, like you should try to study every day, like for a minimum, minimum 2 to 3 hours during the MBBS, so that you don't have to really study at the end of the year during the exams. So you are actually building on your concepts. You have to do one thing by the one thing and the other. Like build on your concepts, keep solving MCQs, and keep giving grant tests. That is very important. The flow is really important. And for my intern friends, what I would say is whatever time you're getting, like even if it is 1 hour every day, just try to dedicate it to your studies. Those days and those one hours every day is going to really add up and really gonna make a lot of difference at the end of the year. So whenever you get time, whenever you have a free posting, chill posting going on, you can always get back to studies, and it will really help you do the NEET PG preparation really well. And yeah, solving grant tests and keep solving MCQs whenever you have time, whenever you have a free time in middle, and that'll be really great.
Nice. So, also wanted to know, like you said, when you have a chill posting, like utilize the time. But did you make a timetable based on what postings you have? Like, let's say you have OBG posting and you decided, in this OBG posting, let me prepare OBG for NEET PG as well. Did you follow like that, or you had your own plan of NEET PG going on, irrespective of your internship duties?
No, ma'am. Actually, whenever I had a
Uh, Manav, you are not audible.
hello.
Yeah, yeah, audible now.
So whenever I had a heavy posting like OBG or medicine, I would do the short subjects like the medicine, sorry, radiology, psych, all those subjects, so that I don't have to really focus and learn everything in and out. Like you can't really expect a lot from yourself after the end of the day after a 12-hour shift, a 24-hour shift. So I would just solve something or do some short subjects. So and whenever I had chill postings like FM or say PSM, I would just go on to the bigger subjects.
Oh, that's a very very good strategy, I would say, and I also love the fact that you said that. Please don't expect from yourself, like with your heavy postings, that you would be able to do a lot of things. So not all days are going to be the same while you are preparing along with your internship. So all the future aspirants here, please learn this: that don't be very harsh on yourself. That every single day I have to be like reading, studying, and so much. You need to tweak your preparation based on how heavy or how chill your posting is in internship. So, Manav, if I ask you that, when did you actually start preparing for the PG entrance? Was it like, कि first year MBBS से किया था कि नहीं PG में करना है? So you are preparing or studying from that mindset from the first year itself, or when exactly did you start?
So I did not start preparing for NEET PG immediately, but in my first 3 years, I used to focus mainly on the textbooks and build on my concepts. And during my final year, I realized that I have to start preparing for NEET PG in a focused manner. So after that, I started doing the notes and MCQs and tests properly. But before that, it was only mainly the textbooks and the review books, so that I build up on my concepts really well.
Nice. So, did you used to practice MCQs like in the first 3 years itself, or you never practiced MCQs? So,
Yeah, I used to practice MCQs at the end of the year, like when the whole syllabus is done. I would just go back to the MCQ platform and start solving MCQs. And like after my final year, I started giving grand tests also. So that along with that, the normal MCQs which I used to solve every day in my internship. I used to start my day with like around 5 to 10 MCQs, and then I would begin with my day. So that
okay.
was a routine I always followed.
So, which were those like 5 to 10 MCQs like in particular? I mean,
Like
was it from a particular like a particular subject that you are studying related to that, or how did you plan that?
mainly subjects which are fact based, like PSM, FM, biochemistry. So I just go through those topics again and again. It comes in my eyes again and again, so that it keeps on revising. I don't have to actually sit and solve. I can just revise it and make the topic stronger.
Okay, all right. So having said that, you are from GSMC. And I'm also from Mumbai LTMC. So I know that there's a lot of trend there of participating in the quizzes, and so that I personally feel that was one thing that helped me in during my preparation. So are you also of that sort? बहुत quiz में participate किया था?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely a big fan of quizzes. I've like participated in almost every quiz and won every quiz in almost every college. So yeah, quizzes have been a big part in my preparation. Quizzes really test the basic and the depth of my knowledge, and the adrenaline rush which I get is amazing.
Oh, yes. So you can see the smile on my face. I absolutely agree to it. And so I believe that, basically, if we participate in quizzes right from our undergraduate days, like unknowingly, subconsciously, we are preparing for those, we are developing our MCQ solving skills. We are developing our time management skills. That helps a lot in the long way, I believe. And that would be one sincere suggestion from my side to the undergraduate students if they are watching this, that please don't be afraid of participating in the quizzes. It's not about winning, it's more about participating and learning from them, which is more important, right?
Yes, and the participation part is what is very important. Like you don't have to get really attached to the winning part. You just have to
Yeah,
have fun. It's like a game.
yeah, absolutely. So Manav, when would you suggest like the students should start solving or giving the grand test and the mock test?
Ma'am, the subject-wise test I used to start around second year itself. Like whenever I got done with my pharmac patho studies, and for grand test I started in like final year itself. I did not really focus on the correct questions or the marks or the ranks. I did not attach myself to the result, so I used to just keep solving questions and grand test, and I used to take it as an opportunity to learn 200 new different questions or new topics. I would give a grand test on a Sunday, almost every Sunday, and then I would sit and revise the whole grand test on a Monday.
Okay.
So the revision part was very important. Like when the explanation teaches me the whole concept again, like all the images and the review part really helps me. So
But one thing that I feel here is probably because you were one of those students who read well in the MBBS years, your basic foundation was very good. So probably, you could grasp from the grant test directly. Do you think that this is like we can generalize this and give it a blanket statement कि हर कोई ये कर सकता है? Even for because there are some students who realize coming to the final year or internship कि नहीं अब तो PG के लिए करना पड़ेगा, and but they've not read well, or not very good with the basics like the first year and the second year subjects.
hmm. So ma'am, initially it would be difficult, but as I said, you don't have to really think about it a lot. Like you don't have to think about कि correct है कि नहीं सही है. You just have to take it as an opportunity. कि अगर मुझे if I'm learning some concept of say muscles of the eyeball. So when you are actually thinking about the question, you are doing an active recall. You are
Mhm.
trying to revise. You are trying to think about what you have read in the first year. You are actively getting the recall process activated, and it will really help you remember that question. You will remember the question as well as the explanation if you have actually thought about it in so much detail. So that
Mhm.
is how I feel it's really important to learn from the grand test.
Okay. So got your point, and I think that is one area where majority students tend to make a mistake. Ki grand test we do when we complete all the 19 subjects, and then we start practicing grand test. But according to Manav, it should be like the other way around. Like start with the grand test. So how would you review the grand test? Like you said, you reviewed on Monday. So would you start subject wise review, or would you start ki pehle wrong questions review karte hain? How was it?
So, ma'am, I would start with the subjects which I'm really weak at, the subjects in which I've lost maximum marks. Say I've got like five out of four questions incorrect out of five in psychiatry. So I would go to psychiatry, see those five questions, read the five related topics in the coming week. So those
Okay.
weak areas get covered one by one.
Okay. Okay. So if we may ask her, so which are your like the three weakest subjects?
PSM, FM, and OBGY.
Okay, right. And which are your three strongest subjects?
Patho, farm, medicine.
Okay, great, great. So basically that used to be your strategy to tackle your weak subjects की grand test में पहले review कर लो और उसके related topics पढ़ लो. So
Yeah.
did you try making your own notes when you were reviewing these grand tests or you were reading the topics? Did you make your notes?
Yes, ma'am. I used to note down whatever new stuff I have learned, if there is a new concept I have learned, and I used to write down important concepts that are frequently getting repeated in the grant test. So the faculty makes the grant test thinking about all the commonly asked topics, the previously asked questions. So I realized that a few questions are getting repeated in every grant test. So I just to keep jotting it down, and so that I could focus on those selected topics in the last few days of my preparation.
Okay. So were you of one of those like the pen paper student or the iPad student?
Pen and paper.
Oh, nice. I love that. So I hope for the students are hearing that it's not necessary to have that iPad and the notes like, when you are preparing for PG entrance. So don't try to force your parents for the same कि iPad लगेगा PG entrance clear करने के लिए. I also personally believe that the pen paper notes are the best somehow.
Definitely.
Yeah. So did you have your notes like the subject wise my notebooks are different. How did you try to concise your notes? Because I'm pretty sure that 19 subjects itself sounds very daunting when you're starting the preparation. So how did you try to concise everything?
So, whenever I'm doing my first reading, I would just try to understand what the topic is about. I would just go through it once, and in the second reading, I would, actually start marking stuff which I'm not able to understand and which is difficult to remember. So, next time onwards, I would just keep doing those marked topics.
Okay.
Like say the bullet injuries and the FMT ka bullet injuries,
Hmm.
PSM health programs. I would have marked the whole thing again and again. So first is color marking and then pencil and those different shadings really help you remember those topics properly. I feel.
Okay. Okay. So what was your plan? Like, NEET PG 24 is in January, and the students would be starting
Yeah.
starting their internship and starting their preparation now. So what do you think should be the timeline, considering कि एक first reading इतने months में हो जाना चाहिए, then should be the first revision, the second revision. So what timeline would you follow?
So my plan for the first reading was around 10 to 12 days for every big subject. A big subject includes anatomy, physio, biochem, pathopharm, the four main subjects of final year and PSM. So 10
Okay.
short subjects and 10 big subjects. And I would give 10 to 12 days for every big subject and around 4 to 5 days for every short subject. So, and in that it includes the solving part as well.
Okay.
So I would just keep jotting down the important topics while I'm reading the whole subject. And in the second read, I would just do the important topics along with the marked stuff and marked points here and there. And I would say at least three readings are important, like at least 2 to 3 readings. And so first reading should be around like 3 to 4 months. So consider around September, and
Hmm.
second read by around October and November, and third and the final read by the time of the exam.
Okay. Okay. Right. So how would you plan revisions? Like let's say you said 3 to 4 months for the first read, but does it
Yeah,
somewhere? I'm sure it includes the intermittent revisions also.
yeah, ma'am. So what I used to do is I would read a topic say on Monday, then I would solve it on Wednesday so that I am actively recalling the topic, and on the in the next week I would just go through the topic once again. So 137 day. Yeah, that is the plan I used to follow.
Okay, nice. So basically, your first read itself has three reads uske andar. I think that's a very, very important strategy to be followed. Like students, please don't do that mistake. In 19 subjects ho jayenge and then we would start the revision. I think that's one of the, again, the commonly made mistakes while we are preparing for these exams. So Manav, like when you started preparation, did you always know कि हाँ मेरा SI rank आएगा 14 and 23 rank first attempt? Did you have that confidence right from the beginning?
Ma'am, so initially I used to give with my seniors. I did not get a great rank in grand tests and all. But when I started with my batchmates, I used to get around in top 10 almost every GT. So the confidence was high. There were times where I did not get a good rank, like say in top 100 or something. But then I knew that I am working hard. I'm a horse in the long race, so I just have to focus. So there was postings like medicine and OBGY. We did not get time to study at all. So you don't really have to worry and you don't have to stress yourself out. That the time is going to come where they're going to be chill postings. So you can always get back to studies and don't really have to focus on ranks initially. In the last 2 3 months, you can evaluate your rank and figure out stuff where to focus on.
So if I may ask, like what were your best ranks and the worst ranks in the grand test, if you
Best
remember?
was like I got rank one multiple number of times.
Rank one.
Yeah, and
Oh, nice.
worst was around say 50 60.
So you are definitely an alien. Okay. Right. And so then, were there times where you felt like, कि I'm exhausted or, break chahiye? So what you used to do during those times?
So I used to hang out with my friends for some time, and it was really a very positive group there. There was nothing negative going on. Everyone used to cheer each other throughout the internship. कि पढ़ना है, we'll get ranks together, we'll stay here in KEM forever. And that was great, and thanks for my friends for that. And ma'am, I used to play play cricket or play football in my college, so and watch series sometimes.
Oh,
So
nice.
whenever I'm doing something, like when I'm playing, when I'm watching series, I would not really think about the studies. So at one time only I'm doing one thing, so I do not really worry about things a lot.
Oh, yes. So I get it. Study while you study and play while you play. And that
Yeah,
is what gets you a top rank. I get
study
that.
harder and party even harder.
Oh, nice, nice. Great. So, but that really came as a surprise when you said that you had a great group, a positive group. Because I'll honestly tell you that being at Sion, we used to hear that KEM में तो ऐसा होता है कि रूममेट को भी पता नहीं होता है कि क्या पढ़ रहे हैं, कौन से लेक्चर में जा रहे हैं. I mean, that's the notion that majority of the students have about KEM students. कि
The competitive spirit is high, obviously. But yeah, I was lucky enough to have a great set of friends, and we were always cheerful and helpful for each other. So yeah, really helpful. It was the whole process. We used to teach each other whenever one is low, and used to discuss topics here and there. So and quiz mates definitely the best.
nice, nice. I'm pretty sure that that helps a long way. Been there, done that, so I definitely can resonate to it. So Manav, what would be your tips to the students, like, using the PrepLadder platform? Like, what are those hidden gems and treasures that you would say on the platform of PrepLadder that the students should not miss upon?
So ma'am, PrepLadder for platform offers a great Q bank, and the explanations are really very well given. So you learn the whole topic from a particular question itself, and it covers almost all types of questions which are there in the exam, be it NEET PG or be it INI, like multiple correct question, image based questions. So all of them are covered, and the grant tests are really well prepared. So some of the grant test questions were actually there in the exam. So I would really not lying about it, but it was really a great thing to actually see the questions coming again. And definitely the rapid revision notes was one of the highlights, and the image based books, it really helped me learn the topics in a very integrated way. So that those are some hidden gems I would like to recommend to every junior that I have.
Okay, thank you so much for those insights. And yeah, one last question, Manav, ki INI CET, if you see, is very, very different from the NEET PG. नीट पीजी देने के बाद many students were like हाँ difficult था, but I'm pretty sure कि INI-CET देने के बाद लगा कि नहीं, नीट पीजी was better, at least it is one option correct. You don't have to think a lot, but INI-CET was really time consuming, right? So, what would be your tips basically on कि INI-CET करना है, तो these are the specific strategies that should be kept in mind.
So INICET was more fun, I would say, more challenging, and it really tests your concept right from the basic. So as I said, reading the textbooks in the initial years would really help. And for the solving part, I would say is you have to like think about the question exam the way the examiner is thinking about. So if he's actually given option of A B C and A B D, he's actually thinking A B is correct.
Hmm.
So there's multiple questions that actually or multiple options are repeatedly given. They're thinking that it is correct. So that is one of the things I used to think. And in the preparation part, INI-CET has a lot of PYQs. So previous year's questions. So you have to really be very thorough with the previous year's questions, along with the topics that are associated with the PYQs.
So PYQs from which year?
I would recommend at least 5 years.
Okay. All right. And how many questions did you attempt, and how many do you think you got right in the INI-CET exam?
So I had attempted 188 questions. I think it was slightly less than what it should have been. But yeah, approximately I got 165 correct from the recall videos I saw.
Nice. I mean, that's a very good number of the corrects as well, I would say. So, guys, I think we've got to learn a lot of, learnings there, a lot of insights from your journey, and I'm pretty sure that that would help the future aspirants. So, thank you so much, Manav, for sparing your time and sharing all those insights with us. One last, any your favorite motivational quote or something which always pepped you up whenever you felt low. If you have anything of that sort and you would like to share with us.
Ma'am, what doesn't kills you makes you stronger.
Nice. Okay, that's great. So thank you so much, Dr. Manav, for being here, and Hadis, congratulations once again, and best wishes for your future journey as well. And yes, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.